I'm a guy who loves CrossFit and one day decided to fly across the country, buy an RV, and drive home stopping at random CrossFit boxes and seeing the culture firsthand. Now I plan to go all over the US and record my Journey2Rx. So Lumberjack Athletics in Hudson, New York. This is a CrossFit box. When I got there, I met the owner and one of the coaches, Leon, and the coach that I had for that day was Amity. Both of them really great people. I really can't say enough about them. I got an interview with both of them, so we get a double interview today, which is excellent. Coach Amity really brings, you can tell she's a competitive athlete. She brings a lot of technique and is focused on, the details of the movements that you're doing, and really brought that across. We had a pretty simple workout for the day. It was 3 rounds where it was 15 dumbbell hang power cleans with a 50-pound weight for men, 35 for women, a 600-meter run, and followed by 30 strict pull-ups. Obviously, there was scaling involved for certain athletes, but it's a pretty competitive gym. There was a competition coming the next day, so some people were going light, getting ready for the competition. Some people were just, doing the regular workout day and going hard. But Amity really focused on really breaking down these movements and making sure that we were being as efficient as possible in the movements. And it's the kind of coaching that you expect maybe more in the personal training when you're working one-on-one with a coach. And she was able to get that across in the workout with a large group of people in the workout. It was a well-attended class. So kudos to her for being able to bring out that level of detail and work with athletes in a very quick and efficient way, but getting, 1 or 2 words, she was able to fix postural issues, technical issues, and she was just really focused on that, and it really came through. And, you could tell she cared about everybody's movement in the class. I mean, there was nobody left out of this. So really excellent job as a coach. Really, I learned a couple things that I'm definitely going to take forward with me and will improve my CrossFit movements going forward. So that's always a great thing to say. I mean, anytime you can say that, that's one of the most valuable things you could say about a coach. Leon, the owner, really, we had a great interview, but you could tell that this box really focuses on the community. Literally, they have a mantra. It's 3 words: community, growth, and excellence. And community comes first, and they mean it. They're all in on the family experience there. And by family, I mean they make you feel welcome. If you're there working out, you're part of their family. You're part of their tribe. You're involved with them, and that is their primary focus. There's a lot of technique. There's a lot of hard working out, but their focus is community building and individual growth. So you feel that when you walk through the doors, and you'll see that in the interviews. But I mean, what more can I say? What a fantastic box, and they couldn't make you feel more welcome and part of them the minute you walk through that door.
Everything together.
So community, and what's growth? What does growth mean?
So it can mean a lot of different things. Basically, we want to see you excelling in and outside of the gym. So if we can contribute to your fitness growth, awesome. Your overall health growth, great. Your socializing growth, some people come into these things and just don't know how to communicate with other adults in any type of space. So we kind of take introverts and make them extrovert a little bit, because I mean, if you've run into me a few times, I don't stop talking, and I'm never going to stop talking. So we just try to pull that out of people. And really anything, relationships get better usually through CrossFit. So any type of growth, anything measurable, that's what we're after.
Okay. That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's what we look for.
That's a unique approach. I like it.
It definitely, the thing that I've always thought about with CrossFit is that if you work on the person first, everything else will come with it. Your fitness, your health, but they have to have that buy-in. And if they know that, oh, this is a safe place, I can be me here, they want to see me grow as a person, then everything else is easier.
Yeah, there's not a lot of places we go where everyone around you is hoping that you do better at the stuff you do.
Right? Who cheers for the last person in other places, right?
Yeah.
CrossFit. It's the only place
every
it's
time.
done. Every time. Literally, the loudest cheers are always the last person for the most part.
That's awesome that you focus on that, right in your 3 things. So it's community, growth, and then excellence, right? Yep. And then excellence kind of makes sense.
We want to do everything the best that we possibly can, right? Whether it be movement or times, being there for another person. all of that just extrapolates out to everywhere else in your life. So if you focus on a community, you'll have this community and maybe another tribe or something outside of here that you focus a little bit harder on.
Right.
If you're trying to grow in here, you'll try to grow everywhere else, right? Just like Glassman used to say, you're either going to get really good at your job or you're going to quit and go get another job. Or your relationship is going to get better or you're going to leave it and get a new one. So we're always looking for that growth in life. So that's really what we're all about. Just keep focusing on that and just keep pulling that thread.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Sweet. All right, so I got 2 weird questions for you.
Oh, God, I love weird ones.
So, if you could only keep a single memory related to CrossFit, and all the other memories about CrossFit were out of your head, what would that one memory be?
The day I met that woman.
Okay.
That's the best thing.
And that one is?
Kristen Egan, or Bernanke. Some people may know her as that. But that's the best thing CrossFit's ever given me. I have muscles, I have abs, I'm super fit, but that's the best thing that's ever came out of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
I wouldn't be here. This wouldn't happen without her. So I would still be coaching somewhere else, or who knows, dead in a ditch, possibly. That could be real too. But yeah, that's the best thing.
Sweet. All right, so second question. If you could go back in time and talk to yourself before you started any CrossFit at all, you had never did anything about CrossFit, and you were stepping into your first CrossFit experience, what advice would you give yourself?
Get a coach.
Okay.
Get a coach early. I've never had a coach. I got into CrossFit doing it at a Planet Fitness Globo gym, just learning from a buddy of mine at the time that was doing it where he was. And then it was just like, hey, let's go find a CrossFit gym. And then I found out how much CrossFit costs. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get my L1 so I can go coach and then get that experience. And then ever since then, it's just been up to me figuring it out on my own. And I think that as an athlete, I would have been able to get a little bit further. My goal was always to be the best I could and make regionals, and I always felt just a little bit short of that. And I think that had I had that direction, not having to learn it on my own, having a solid coach throughout it would have been the best thing for me.
Sweet, that makes sense.
Yeah, so.
Right, thank you, man.
Absolutely.
That was awesome. I get it. Live, so just casual, just conversation.
Yep.
So first question is, who are you? Where in the world are we? And what's the box?
We're in the world. It's Carmen San Diego.
Yeah.
Amity Gribble. We're in Hudson, New York. This is Lumberjack Athletics.
Cool.
That's our box. CrossFit Luke. We're also
CrossFit Luke. Why?
Yeah.
What's that mean?
Luke. So it's Leon Updegrove, Kristen Egan. So it's their 2 names actually put together, which a lot of people don't realize that, but that's our affiliate name.
I did not know
Yep.
that. Okay.
So see, there we go.
There we go. We're learning stuff.
One down.
That's what I like. All right. So tell me a little bit about the community here from your perspective as a coach.
Okay. Pretty diverse. I'd say we have a decent amount of, I wouldn't say masters, but kind of, an older bracket from about 30, 35 up.
That is older compared to a lot of the boxes that I've been to.
Like I'm 40 myself, but I've been doing it for about 10 years, so I didn't find CrossFit till I was 30. Wish I did. And then we have, I want to say one of our oldest members, they're definitely in their 60s, I know that.
Wow.
I don't want to offend anyone, but I definitely know they're in their 60s.
Yeah, don't name them.
And yeah, exactly. And they're killing it. They're like 6 days a week too. So,
Sweet.
But I think, I don't know, our box is, most of our people stick, and it's pretty diverse. Like I said, it's kind of an older crew. We definitely have some younger people here too, but yeah, I don't know. That's what stands out to me is kind of the older crew, but they kill it. And the women in here especially kill it.
All right.
And I'm not just saying that because I'm a woman.
Yeah, I was going to say, it might be biased.
We do. We mostly have chicks who will outlift the dudes in here.
Wow. Okay. We won't tell anyone. I promise. I'll edit that part out.
Leon knows it.
Yeah. So first weird question.
Okay.
Okay. So if you had to, you were going to lose all of your CrossFit memories except for a single CrossFit memory.
Okay.
So you'll only get to keep one. What would that one memory be?
Some days he wouldn't think I want to keep him, but it's Leon, definitely Leon. So,
and Leon is the owner.
Leon's the owner, yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually met him through CrossFit. My first CrossFit experience was at a different gym, and he was coaching there. So, obviously we didn't have Lumberjack Athletics then, but in this 10 years, he's become literally one of my best friends, like a brother to me. And that's probably one thing I wouldn't want to give up.
Is there one particular memory of those? So only one memory of Lee?
One memory. I see this guy every day, all day. Not really.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not a specific memory. It's kind of like for some reason in this world, we've just kind of been stuck together. One of his best friends actually owned the gym he was coaching at. And when he left that gym, I ended up going with Leon, and then, we actually became pretty good buddies.
Okay.
So
All right, that's
yeah,
cool.
you
All
know,
right.
he's my good memory.
All right.
And he's the one who keeps me going. He's my coach. He's my programmer. You know, he's gotten me to where I am. I'm the most fit I've been, you know, and I'm 40 years old. Like I said, I've been doing this for 10 years, and probably in the last year of him pushing me is the best I've ever been.
That's
so
awesome.
it's
Yeah.
like, you can't beat that. That's my best memory.
Still
so.
getting stronger.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Nice. All right, so another question. I'm going to come up with another good one. This one will be on the fly for you, because
All
I
right.
gave you a little preview of the
Okay.
last one. So. All right, we'll do this one. So, because you haven't heard this one. If you could go, if you had to stop doing anything CrossFit or CrossFit related, you can't do no hit or anything like that. So if you had to stop doing this kind of activity,
Okay.
how would your life change?
Okay, well, pre-CrossFit, it's boring working out. I never did a push-up. I never did anything like weights involved. It's like those scary things in a Globo gym where you're like, I can't go to those machines, everyone's looking at me. That's exactly who I was. So I was like that spinning cycle kickboxing girl.
Yep.
So it'd go back to that same boring routine, you know, that you kind of don't stick to, and you're like good for a week, bad for a week, back to good, bad, you know, the up downs.
Yep.
So, I mean, I still kind of run and cycle outside of here too sometimes. So, you know, but mainly stuff like that, and it's boring. So. Now you can see why I've been CrossFitting for 10 years. And like I said, it's made me stick. At 40 years old, it's like, I didn't look like this at 25, I'll be honest. Like, same with, I wasn't very nutrition educated. That all came through CrossFit. So I'm one of those people with that same background story. Like, my parents weren't food educated. So a lot of what I've learned has actually come through CrossFit, you know, like trying zone diets and paleo, and, you know, not talking about like fad diets, but seeing what works best for your body, you know, either fueling it or, you know, aesthetically, or, you know, any of those things, and all put together.
Yeah, and if you're doing CrossFit, it's got to have a performance element to it. Yeah, it can't just be
you can't-
aesthetic. Yeah.
Yep. So most CrossFitters are eating to perform and not so much aesthetically.
Yeah.
I'm definitely one of those people, and I figured that out. Whereas when, like you were saying, what would I do without CrossFit? When I was, you know, cardio queen, as they call it, you know, you don't really realize all that. You know, you think you're just burning calories and, you know, just I'm going to be on this diet and eat really well, you know, whereas in here it's like, hell no, like I want to lift like 200 pounds and, you know, I'm going to eat way better because it helps me perform better. So,
That's awesome.
yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That was fantastic.
Went off on a tangent.